Hello gamers! New playthrough coming tomorrow. As always, don't you worry. I'll finally be finishing off the Brothers in Arms trilogy for any fans of that little series. I have seen a surge of people mentioning it recently. Yes, you've waited long enough. Hell's Highway, blind, unauthentic, it's gonna be crazy. But today, got a little bonus story time. I just needed to rant about hating Discord, cause it'll be cathartic. It won't accomplish anything, but you know, I'm sure it'll resonate with anyone else who's ever had the displeasure of having an issue with their account, or maybe hates Discord for a variety of other reasons. They certainly do give people plenty of those. Don't be surprised if I unlist this video someday, because it doesn't really fit on the channel. Just wanted to give a little update on my Discord situation that I first mentioned back in the Halo Wars 2 video, if you happen to catch that one. And also wanted to apologize to anyone who may have tried to reach me on there, because I see the messages and pings piling up, but I've had no ability to see or respond to them for months. I'm not ignoring you, I can't see what you're saying, sorry. If you need to reach me, I guess try the Twitter I rarely use, or the email that I'm kinda bad at checking. I might be a little hard to reach. But I'll see it eventually. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Allow me to spin you a tale. Grab a cup of something. Get cozy. Back in that Halo Wars 2 video, I mentioned I got my Discord hacked. Yeah, pretty cringe. It's become all too common these days. The Mr. Beasting viruses are everywhere, and I was among those who got too careless with the downloading. How embarrassing. I do be grabbing many old game ROMs for what I do here, and may or may not avoid paying for certain Adobe software at times. So while I slept, my account spammed the typical goofy-ass scam images, but thankfully, Discord seemed to pretty quickly mute my account for like 2 days, which prevented it from spamming any more than it did, and when I woke up like 6 hours later, it was a scary flood of emails to wake up to about being banned from random servers, but thankfully I was not locked out of any accounts. I had all the 2FA stuff, of course, so I never lost control. They just hijacked the session, spammed, and deleted all my server channels. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. I changed all my passwords everywhere from a separate device, did a full PC wipe, USB reinstall, all good. I saw some people posting their horror stories of like, I did a full wipe, but it just keeps coming back. They keep getting back in. Yeah, scary to hear that, but I just had to stay vigilant and hope that it was gone for good, and that the people saying that were just not very good at doing a proper thorough wipe. I also went through my Discord DMs and deleted all the spammed images, of course. What it does is it spams to anyone you've ever messaged, and then mutes the conversation. So it's actually kind of hard to find it all and clean it up. But I went into my recent media and saw the images there, so I was able to find the hidden conversations, cleaned it all up, unmuted people, apologized, and all that. So, all in all, not that bad. I was insanely grateful that nothing worse came of it, because it easily could have. Ironically, they did also try to buy some Adobe software on my Amazon, which was immediately flagged and didn't go through. But for some reason, that's it. Granted, I'm logged out of most things and tend to have as much security as I'm allowed to have, but, like, nothing happened to the YouTube, which felt like a miracle. I didn't delete all my videos and start streaming a sports game or an Elon whatever. I guess that stuff is more likely to be bundled in the fake sponsorship viruses that specifically target YouTube channels, rather than whatever generic one I got. I also filed a Discord support ticket right away, of course, because I wanted to have it on record, saying, hey, I got hacked obviously, I've secured everything, is there anything I should do about these account standing warnings and restrictions, and is there any chance of recovering my server? And they got back to me within like 20 minutes, a bit suspiciously quick. I thought it might have just been a human copy-pasting, but now I know it was totally an AI bot. And it was like, nope, you're all good. If you've done these steps to make sure you're in control of your account, then the warnings and the mute will eventually expire. And sorry, we can't get your server back because you're not important enough. Okay, cool. The wording was funny. It was like, we can't recover your server, but if you think we made a mistake, let us know. It kind of sounds to me like, hey, if your server is actually a big deal, we totally could get it back, but we need to filter out most of the people who ask. Okay, whatever, fine, I can accept that. Just gonna move on. That all happened back on May 6th. Well, over 2 weeks later, Friday, May 22nd, I was finally starting to feel safe again. I think I'm in the clear. I can stop checking my active sessions every day. I open up the Discord app and I'm logged out. That's weird. Kinda scary. I guess I'll try to log in. This account is suspended. Oh no. Then I see a couple Discord emails came in. You broke terms of service. The exact same email I got 6 of back when the incident occurred. My face is going hot. Oh god, it's happening again. How? I was so thorough. The horror stories were true. The panic starts to set in. What else might they still have access to? Check my channel, it's okay. I was away from home for the week too, which made it more stressful, although I did make sure to log out of all sessions on my home PC before I left out of paranoia. So I messaged a couple friends asking if my account spammed anything to them. It turned out, no, there was no re-hack. My PC wipe was sound. Nothing happened. Discord just thought it'd be kinda quirky, kinda funny, to retroactively ban the account 2 weeks later for the original incident. Well, okay, whatever, we can sort this out. I followed their instructions, I used the appeal link included in that email, and waited. Wasn't gonna open a support ticket or do anything else yet, doing it all by the book. And only a couple hours later, hello, we removed a violation. Oh, wow, awesome. Kinda surprised, we're all good. Try to log in, and sure enough, I am able to log in now. But nothing's loading, no messages, I can see pings, but can't do anything. Okay, I guess this is some kind of lingering network ban, and it'll expire, or I'll clear my cache or something. But then another email. Discord account disabled for suspicious activity. Well, that's different than the ban email. We believe your account may have been compromised. Oh no, really? Reset your password to continue using it. Yeah, a bit late for that, Discord. Roughly 16 days too late. In fact, I changed my password hours after the suspicious activity in question. The German IP spammer is long gone. But thanks, man. I'll change my password again, I guess. Sure thing. And yes, I have 2FA. Thanks. Still no luck loading messages, though. 3 days later, I was back home. So, different network, new device. Surely it'll work now. Nope. Can't load anything. So it wasn't any kind of lingering IP or device ban. My account was clearly still disabled in some way. Well, okay, over to support we go. This is where the fun begins. I confess, whenever I hear people say something like, oh, the support for this or that is really bad, I tend to think they're exaggerating or have too high expectations for instant perfect customer service, and maybe they just had to wait a couple days. I think I'm a pretty patient person, surely it can't be that bad. Maybe it's because I also rarely contact support for anything, I usually prefer to just solve my problem or suck it up. So I always think it's funny when I see a review of a store that's like, the prices are unbeatable and the product is good, but the customer service is terrible. 1 star. Now that's a 5-star store to me, that's my kind of place. But God forbid you ever need to contact Discord support for any reason, because it is beyond abysmal, it is non-existent. It is just a minefield of AI that auto-solves your tickets without helping. You cannot talk to a person to solve a problem you have. There is no phone number. Come on guys, you can have a phone number. Most of your user base will be too anxious to call it anyway. It'll be fine. Yeah, I guess I don't envy them. I don't really know what the solution is to handle the volume of tickets they probably get when they're apparently banning people for pictures of grids or whatever that was recently. But whatever they're doing here isn't working. So first, I tried filing under appeals, because I don't know, that seemed relevant. Explained my situation. 10 minutes later, AI replied, hey, looks like you're trying to appeal a ban. You need to do that through the app, in the account standing section. Thanks, man, but that section doesn't load, because nothing in my app loads. I can't see my account standing. The ticket gets auto-marked as solved, I can't follow up. Yeah, you really solved it. Good job. Okay, clearly appeals was the wrong category for my issue. After all, I don't think I'm truly banned anymore. I was told the violation was removed, but I have no idea. I can't check. So I tried client connection under technical support. That seems appropriate. Explained how my appeal was accepted, but my account remained in some kind of limbo, unable to connect for several days. Hello, it looks like you're trying to appeal a ban. Please resubmit your request under appeals. Bruh, that's what I did first. And why would you even recommend doing that? Because that whole category is bait. It just redirects you to appeal in the app. So why not just direct me straight to the app instead of filing under appeals? This time the thread was still open, so I followed up to say, well, sorry, I can't do that, the app doesn't load. And there's a tick box to say whether or not you want to mark the thread as solved. Obviously, I didn't mark it as solved because I wanted a reply. Please escalate me, I'll wait, I'll be patient. Just don't close the tick. It got marked as solved anyway. Why the hell did you ask me if it should be marked as solved if you were gonna close it regardless? The most aggravating support design possible. A tick box with the sole purpose of making sure you feel ignored. Aw, do you want to reply? Oh, yes you do? Well, too bad. Closed. Well, okay, this is becoming rather inconvenient. I can't say I personally missed using Discord, but I do unfortunately kind of use it professionally to some extent. I waited 2 more days though, because I didn't want to be like flagged as a support ticket spammer, and who knows, maybe the problem eventually solves itself. I also learned a lot about how infamously insanely hard it is to reach Discord support. People have strategy guides for navigating the AI minefield. It sounds like they got one overworked dude over there, months behind on tickets, trying to respond to 1 million people's ban requests, who all got auto-banned by their equally ludicrous AI detections. So I filed my 3rd and final support ticket under General Support, a very vague message just saying, support issue. I'm having an issue with the support system itself, which, at this point, was the truth. I believe I require human support to resolve my issue, and I included some pictures of things not loading, which maybe I shouldn't have even done that, but it seems like the AI didn't know what to make of that. Thank goodness, I managed to avoid the keywords that would get me an auto-reply, auto-solve. I'm willing to wait patiently in a queue as long as I actually am in a queue for real support. This time it took 3 days for a reply, and what I got was, "Hi, Zengtony, thanks for getting back to us." Off to a great start, because I don't know who that is, and I'm not getting back to you. This was my first message in the thread. So what the hell was that copy-paste from? Then the only recommendation was to try downloading the other test builds of the app. And actually I already use PTB because I have a personal account running at the same time as my Sour account. But whatever, that's fine. I wasn't expecting them to offer a solution right away, because my message had to be intentionally vague. I guess the best reply I could have hoped for would have just been, "Hi, this is a human. What's the problem?" Honestly, I don't even know if this was a human. Anyway, I didn't acknowledge the Zengtony thing or ask who the hell that was, because I didn't want to waste any words on what might actually be a person. I simply replied to that suggestion saying, "Thanks, I've tried all those, and I've also tried all different apps and browsers and devices and networks," and again explained how my account must be disabled in some way. And that, my dear friends, is where the story ends. Yep, that's it. It has now been open for 79 days. Wow, time really flies. My only hope is that the thread is still marked as open. Every few weeks I check in to see that they didn't stealthily close it. So, you know, maybe they'll get around to it someday. I don't think I should make a new request. That might just put me in the back of the queue, and I don't use Twitter enough to be able to make a fuss at them there. Plus, even if I were some big shot, you obviously shouldn't need to be. Everyone deserves basic support. Anyway, I'm sure that support account is just as swamped, and therefore just as automated, and it'll just direct me to the support site. It's funny, whenever that support account posts anything, or retweets some new feature or whatever, the replies are just full of, "Do your job, unban me, I'm banned for no reason." And then there's one person trying to be polite, thinking that really sets them apart. Like, "Hello, please look into my ticket number that has been open for 2 months. Thank you." Yeah, sorry bro, rude or not, they don't care. I don't know how it can be this bad. Now you might argue that it's my fault. I got hacked, and so I should be banned, because anything my account did is my responsibility. I guess, fair enough, you're free to think that way. I would argue I'm also a victim here, and that I did everything I could to clean up the mess just hours after it happened. I don't think anyone was harmed, I would hope. Nobody I know was manually typing in that scam crypto link in the image or whatever. Like, what a dumb scam, I don't get it. Surely they would scam more people by just sending the link. Tons of people click links from a friend without thinking, but what do I know, I'm not a scammer. Anyway, fully secured everything, filed a ticket to get it on record, checked to make sure we're all good, I'm back in control now. They say, "Yep, you're good." Nope, 2 weeks later, "We're noticing some suspicious activity here. We'll disable your account for you. Thanks." If I didn't do the YouTube thing, I'd be down to just part ways with Discord. In general, it's not like I'm a Discord chatter. I don't say anything anywhere. I only use it for my server, a few friend group chats, and like lurking in random servers that give me notifications or info for games I care about. Personally, I could live without Discord, but I do kinda need it. That Discord account is linked to all sorts of things. I hate that it's used professionally for stuff. I'm in like a few creator program things. Like even for good old Destiny 2, for example. It's kind of a shame when they were doing their big finale update. I would have liked to see what they were talking about in there. Could have been a part of it. Who knows what other opportunities I'm missing out on. And as much as I'm not a big chatter or social media person in general, it does feel very weird to be cut off from a social circle. I'd think of something I want to say to a friend and it'd be like, "Oh, I can't. This is the only place I talk to most of the people I know." Okay, where do we stand going forward? Well, that account was the sole owner of the little community server I run, and it's not like anything all that important happens there, but a couple thousand people have made their way there over time. It's been neat to see friendships form, and I'm not sure what'll happen to it at this point. I think all I could do is file a ticket to transfer ownership, but I don't exactly have any faith in filing more tickets. If they're gonna read one of my tickets, I'd rather just get my frickin' account back. I think I heard servers can be deleted if they're leaderless for too long, but at the same time I don't think that applies here because my account still exists. It doesn't seem truly banned or deleted. From an outside view, it looks perfectly fine. And every time I test opening the app, they have the audacity to tell me to buy Nitro or whatever. It's just in limbo. But if that server does go away, I don't know if I'd even bother making a new one, or it would just be a private member server type thing. That was one of the main reasons I felt I needed to get the alt account going, to be there, to be able to talk to members after a couple weeks had gone by with this not being resolved and no end in sight. Yeah, as I mentioned, I already did have an alternate Discord account, which has been very useful. I didn't need to create a ban evasion account or anything, so I've been able to establish some connection to my server. Also, I don't think I'm even banned, so I don't know, it better not be considered a Banivation account. If that did also get banned, that would kind of be a real problem to be fully cut off when I don't feel I did anything wrong. I unfortunately do feel I need Discord. It's just used for too many things. But yes, I am now a #1 Discord hater, as if there weren't already other reasons to be rather displeased with them. But it really does take something like this to happen to you personally, to be motivated to seek out alternatives. Otherwise, I don't blame you for just being like, it's fine, it's always worked for me, what's the big deal? I pray that you never have to deal with an account issue. Make sure to never type the number 6 in any context, or your account that you made 10 years ago will be sent to the Shadow Realm forever because their AI thinks that you're 6 years old. So that's it, I'm going back to TeamSpeak, I'm going back to Skype. I'm home. I know there are alternatives out there trying to establish themselves. We've talked about it, like Stoat came up, don't know much about it, but yeah, it's tough as hell for any social media alternatives to get enough people to use them for them to be viable alternatives. And then if there was somehow a big enough push and they replaced Discord as the main go-to, I'm guessing they'd end up having similar problems. And I can't really imagine being like, hey guys, join my Stoat, linked below. Huh? You're what? Especially when I don't think I even need a server anymore. Thankfully, the old server we have is pretty low-key, not too big. It's not a giant hassle or anything, not much moderation needed. But if it ever became a hassle, I think I'd just end up closing it. I think having a server made a lot more sense when I was a COD coverage guy. It was a server centered around one game to discuss. But now as a classic playthroughs guy, I don't even really know what it's for, aside from being able to talk to members, and as a hangout for the social circles that have already formed there. Which is cool, I guess, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I just get my freaking account back someday. I think that's it. That's my not even that interesting Discord support story time. In case you didn't know how bad their support was, it's almost as bad as having a neighbor with wind chimes. Yeah, I didn't really intend for this to be in the same vein as that video. I guess they are both complaining about something insignificant, but this definitely didn't have the same comedic intent of, haha, that's mildly relatable. And this is not going to be a recurring thing, just wanted to rant about it, / sort of a PSA I wanted to put out there, in case you were one of the people who's been trying to reach me there. Sorry, I can't see it. I am, of course, aware that this is an incredibly insignificant problem. There are a billion injustices in the world infinitely larger than being unable to get through to Discord support. It's kind of crazy that 2 months have passed. The hack feels like a lifetime ago. The only thing I can't do is fix a couple things about my server or post in my new uploads channel, because I never bothered to get a bot that does that, since I only upload every 4 weeks. I don't know, it was easy enough to just post it myself. If I never get my account back, that would kinda suck. It's connected to all sorts of things, I hate that I kinda need it for stuff. Or if for some reason my personal account were banned as well for some kind of evasion, even though I don't think I'm guilty of anything, that would kinda be really bad. So many things use Discord. Okay, that's all. Stop the yap. Too much yapping recently. The COD yap, now this. Tomorrow, playthrough as normal. This does feel like a very strange thing to upload, as I said. It may just unlist it at some point. Although it'll probably still be in a playlist somewhere, at bare minimum. You don't have to download it or anything. Yeah, I was originally just going to bring this up as a little update playing through the next game, but I realized I kind of wanted to rant about the whole story, and obviously this was way too much to say. I didn't want to talk over the game for this long. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow.